Hello, in this video we're going to use application Flowy14 to write an algorithm that exchanges two values of two variables and then prints the results out. So let's go into Flowy14 app, and into our dashboard here we'll begin designing our flow. Let's proceed to the upper left corner where it says commands. Click into it. This in turn opens up a left hand side command menu. You can navigate to each command manually, or you can use this search option up here. So anytime to begin designing your flow, you will need the start command. So let's bring our start command to the center of our dashboard. And for today's purposes, we'll need our array. So we'll place it to the side of our flow that we're going to build. So just type the word array or start typing it, and this is what it looks like. We'll place it somewhere here on the side for now, and we'll begin to build our flow vertically here. So we'll need first the remove option command to remove from our array the contents, so like so. And next we'll need, because we're swapping two numbers, we'll need two input commands with each having its own append commands. So we'll need two input commands. Just type the word input, and the input command should appear as one of the top commands. So we'll need two of these, two input commands. Connect the first one, and then between the two input commands we'll need an append command. So type the word append. So we'll need two of these, so one for each input. So now we can connect these two commands, and we'll need another one of the append. So we're appending two digits that we're going to swap. So first input and the append to have the first digit, and then the second input for the second digit and the append to place it into the array. And then because we will be using, the array has an index of 0, 1, and 2, we'll need another array. We'll need another append that's gonna have hard-coded 0 for the purposes of our 0 index value. So the third append command, and we'll click into its in highlighted in blue inbound data connector. The ones highlighted in blue, they come with the numeric paths, so hard coding 0 in here. So far we have the array and the command to empty it, and then we have our first digit and the append command to place it into the array, and the second input command is for our second digit, and then the 0 is because our array will have a 0, index of 0, index of 1, and index of 2, as we'll have two digits to swap. So now we can proceed to start moving our digits around. So basically the append 0 and the index 0 is like a additional information storage, so we can be able to move the two digits around without overriding the first digit with the second digit and vice versa. So we'll need now the command read add, because we need to have index of 0. So type read, and this is all starting from the index of 0. Our array is 0, 1, index of 0, index of 1, and index of 2. So index of 0. So over here in the blue inbound data connector pointing to the brackets, square brackets, click into it, and we'll hard code our 0 because we need index of 0. Next we'll need the write add command. So we're placing two, we'll need to hard code it with index 2. So type write WR. And again, click into the blue indicator that's pointing into the bracket, and we'll hard code it as 2, as we need index of 2. Next we'll need index of 1, so we'll need a read add again to move the digit. Long tap into the command to be able to move it, to connect it. And this one, so first we're moving index 0, index 2. Next we're moving index 1. So let's click into the read it command, and again into the blue indicator pointing into the bracket. We'll need index of 1, so type 1, enter. Next we'll need index of 0 to write it, so type write. And this one, let's click into the blue indicator pointing towards the bracket, and that's gonna be index of 0. Next we'll need a read at index 2. Next we'll need to write index 1. These are just the mechanics of us moving, switching, swapping the numbers. And this is index 1. And we'll need to read that index 0. So we swapped our numbers here, and now we'll need to print the result. So index 0, and we'll print the result, and then index of 1, and we'll print the result. So we'll need read at index 0, and then its corresponding output command, and then read at index 1 and its corresponding output command, and then we'll close it off by adding the end command. So read command, read at, array read at, and this one will come at index 0, just 1, true, and its corresponding output command to print the result. And then we'll need another one of the output commands, and we'll need another one of the read at index 1. And this one will be at index 1. So we have designed our flow, and now we are ready to close it off by adding the end command. Let's type the word end. Okay, so I'm not gonna be needing the command menu any longer, so I'm just clicking the upper left corner commands to hide it. That way I have cleaner view here. So let's click into the first command, which is our removal array, and it's in green data outbound data connector, and we can see that the inbound data connector is highlighted on our array. So click into it to make the connection. So any command that has this little container here, you need to click into the container and into its corresponding green outbound data connector, and this will indicate that you need to connect it to the plus inbound data connector on the array. So we'll perform that for each of the commands. So the ones that have the blue indicators, they are swapping the numbers. Basically just transposing 2 digits into this exercise. All right, so we have our array connected. So now we're ready to, we've designed our flow, we've connected our array, and now we can connect our values, our commands. So let's click into the first inbound data command, inbound connect, and into its outbound data connector in green. We'll need to append it to its append command. So click into the inbound data connector, and we'll perform the same exercise for the second digit or the second input command. Click into its outbound data connector, and in turn you'll see all the in plus highlighted available inbound data connectors. We need to append it or connect it to its corresponding append command. So we are moving the digits into our array. Then what we need to do, we need to connect our index 0 read it to write it at index 2. So click into its in green outbound data connector and into the available inbound data connector at index 2. Let me just make sure. So click off of the design and you can see the yellow arrow indicating the way your commands have been connected. So the more commands you have, the more complex the connections will become, but you can definitely follow the yellow arrows to indicate the connections. So next we'll need index 1 from read it to write it to index 0, and then from index 2 to index 1. So again, clicking into the green area, which is the outbound data connector, into the green in plus inbound data connector. So index 1 to read at index 0, and then we're reading from index 2 to index 1. So again, connecting both. So we have swapped our numbers here, and now we're going to print the results from index 0 through its outbound data connector into the inbound data connector when only available on its corresponding output command, and we'll do the same for the index 1, printing the result and connecting it via the only available inbound data connector on its available output command. So I'm just going to go over to make sure that I have swapped numbers. So these are on my 2 digits. This is my extra addition of information storage, the append command, and then we have index of 0. Because we have 2 values, so the index array is index of 0, index of 1, and index of 2. So we are swapping the numbers and printing the results. Okay, so I am satisfied with the way the flow is designed, connected, and the command connected to the array. Let's click run to execute the flow. The system will ask us to input both digits to be swapped, so that's up to you which digits you enter. So we're being asked for the first digit. I will choose 3, enter. So that's my first digit to be swapped, and it's fed into the array, and the second I'll choose as 8, enter. So second one. So this is our array here, and a 0. And now we're swapping the numbers. digits between the containers or drawers, if you will, and the array, using the third index of 0 as an additional information storage. So you can see that we started from our digits being 3 and 8, and now we ended as 8 and 3, and they have been transposed or swapped. And that concludes our today's exercise, that using application Flowy14, you can write an algorithm that exchanges the values of two variables and then prints the corresponding results. Thank you.